So I was originally actually let me do one more thing. Make sure my audio is good. Okay, cool. I was originally going to and yes, I am on a different server. I am on my Gen 2 because I have decided that we're going to do some ARC server tours. I'm going to tour all of my servers except for one. Um, and I'm not touring my main server because I don't want anyone to know what server I'm on. I don't want anyone to know where the bases are. You know, I'm sure that's kind of understandable. And we're gonna go through some other stuff, like Arc 2 news and stuff like that. So, um, I am on this server. This is my Gen 2 server. Uh, this is my first spot, which I have had pretty much since I've been on this server. I used to be in another friend's tribe of mine, and um, she was like, "Yeah, you know, you can go pick out a spot if you want." And I actually found this spot. Um, I have had to rebuild the base once because I had to leave her tribe uh, and rebuild my base. She was nice enough to let me exomech all of my bases and shit. I've actually ended up with more land. So this is the first base. I did have a Gen 2 shop here, but I had to shut it down after I was incited by Elder Doof. I have 6 cloners. I originally only had 4. But I do now have 6 because my wife can't play on the server with me no more, so there was no point in rebuilding her building. So I actually used her area for 2 extra cloners. Where's my turtle with bees? Teleporter. I have 3 Striders over here. I fucking hoard Striders because I lose them so damn fucking often that I need Striders. So I have 3 over here. And one's actually going to the space biome. Probably that 182, honestly. Because I like the green one, and I like this one because of the cyan. We have this base. This was my original base. I do have land right below my base. This is mine as well. That was my tribe mate Freya's base before she started taking her break. And then her teleporter. Well, my teleporter, but she was using it. Actually, I think I built it for her and gave it to her, but I don't remember. And then I own all of this over here, which I do have plans for. This right here actually had 15 cloners on it at one point. But I had my friend Skip come over and pick them up, and we moved them to extinction because we were doing a lot of cloning for a lot of cells. So I own all of this. This used to belong to someone else, but they let their base auto decay. And then a second person owned it. And I actually had to have him wiped because he or she, they, Beheed. These used to be their Behe gates, and that used to be their Behe gates because I originally had wanted to put cloners down here, and I couldn't put cloners down here because they had pillared and Beheed as close to my foundations as they could. I guess hoping that, and that was a server save. I guess they were hoping that I would give up and let it auto decay and let my base up there auto decay, but I ended up having to report them to wildcard. I didn't want to. Honestly, I had left a sign. Because like I said, this used to be not a building. It used to be a spot where I was going to put cloners. And the day I was going to put cloners here is the day that the dude had moved in down there and had Beheed off this and that. And of course, I had Behe gates there because I had Beheed as close to their Behes as I could to try to prevent them from taking any more of this land over here. But I originally left out a sign for like a week and a half. They had been on because I had put up a sign saying, hey, you know, please move your Behes. is my land. I'm built right above. You can go up there and see it belongs to the same person, and they ignored my request. Never got back to me. I didn't know their gamer tag or anything, otherwise I would have messaged them. But typically, people on this server have been kind of nice, but I've ran into quite a couple a-holes that just don't give a shit, and they're pillar and shit as close as they can to your bases and shit. That's why, like, up here, I still have foundations, as you can see. Even though I don't need them, I keep them here because you never know, someone might be able to come over, like, I doubt it, but just for example, someone might be able to come over, like, right here and place a pillar or some shit. I've seen it happen. I've had it happen to me on other servers, so I just kind of try not to have to worry about that kind of stuff. So next spot. And like I said, I have quite a few spots on this. Next spot. Show. So I own half this spot, and I've been kind of in secret arguing with another tribe on this server for this spot. So, story with this spot. There's a story to every spot I own. So these are not my pillars. There was a base here. It had auto-decayed. There were daddy boxes and vaults. I'd come over. I was already over here waiting. And the tribe that owns these pillars, I won't call out anyone because I don't like doing that. If they ever see this pop up on YouTube, which I doubt they will, they'll understand who I'm speaking about, and they'll either contact me or they won't. It doesn't really matter because I really don't care. I have that, all of that down there, and really this is going to get picked up soon, and I'm going to build something else here. Probably a big ass raising area or something. Anyways, I came over. They had popped up with 2 skiffs and like 3 people, so I was like, fuck it. The odds of me getting anything out of the vaults aren't good. I'll just come over. I'll foundation what I can. And really, I didn't even start with this spot. I should have. I would have much rather, well, maybe not, because then they could have foundationed like I did. And really, that's as close as they can get their pillars to me. So, anyways, so I came over, I started foundationing. I foundationed, because foundations were cheaper for me to make. Oh, I guess I let my shit down there auto decay. Oh no, okay, never mind. So I foundationed this, I ended up foundationing that, and I ran out of foundations. Had to run back to my base, and I was hoping that this tribe wouldn't cockblock me out of taking this whole shelf, or whatever you want to call it. But I got back, and I ended up seeing these 3 pillars here. So, but that's okay. They got the vaults. But in the end, there was like 9 deadies full of CP that I ended up surrounding with a Bronto, and I ended up taking all of the cement and paste. And there were deadies over in that direction too that I wasn't going to take, but someone else who wasn't this tribe, a 3rd tribe, came over and threw out their Brontos and put their Brontos inside of my building that I had the CP surrounded with. Because all I wanted was the CP. I wasn't going to take the poly or element or anything else. I just wanted the CP because I had just found the farming obsidian spot on Extinction, and I needed the CP to help replace tames that I had just lost through being insided. Lost over 1,300 tames between me and my tribe mates. I was trying to buy shit. I could never get a hold of the guy that had the Brontos here, but they just ended up auto-decaying about a week and a half later. But I own all of this. This is mine. Like I said, I plan on making this into like a selling area or something. I don't know, a breeding area like I just said. I eventually have to remember to bring some element here. So, third area that I own is this. Let me actually go put more meat in my Giga. It's actually not my Giga, but it is my Giga now. It's really weird because I thought I had foundationed this area enough, but I guess I didn't. There's shit still spawning in here, but, you know, it's not really that big of a deal. So, like I said, I hoard Striders. I have 2 more Striders here. An 82 and a 93. I'm probably, if I don't use the 192, 182 at my first base, I'll probably end up teleporting this to this base by iron. But I own this. This is my little harvesting base. When I need to grind for wood, stone, thatch, and other shit, this is the base I use. So, I have this. Not really impressive. I built it out of stone because I was lazy. I didn't want to grind for the metal and shit. I might upgrade it to metal at some point, but right now, it's not even powered on the inside. Because I got tired of bringing gas over, and I kind of left this to a tribe mate, and again, they are on breaks, so I don't really see a need to keep this here. Is this just stone and thatch and shit? Yeah. Yeah. And there's an upstairs. I didn't build the upstairs. That's that. Not really impressive. 2 enthused over it, but I keep it because it's a good harvesting base. Do I want to teleport here and risk being lagged out, or do I want to just fly up there? Or show you my little hidey hole first. I guess if I lag out going over to that base, I can always just pause the stream and then when I get back in. But this is my hidey hole. The little hidey spot of Gen 2. As I like to call it. It's my little peaceful area. Actually, is this base still over here? Or did they let their shit auto-decay? Huh. There was a base here. Whose ocean platforms are this? Arkham Asylum. Huh. Weird. There used to be a nice ass tech base down here. This is how often I don't come down here because I only come down here when I want to be left alone. If I'm being completely fucking honest. Yeah, there used to be a nice big ass fucking tech base over there. Guess they let it auto decay and someone else came down here and took the spot. But when I don't want to be bothered, I'll come down here. It is fully powered. I keep it fully powered. Or at least I try to. Nothing, well, this isn't powered, but my teleporter is, because I don't have a need to be here right now. But when I start getting bothered by, like, tribe mates and shit, when my tribe mates, do play on this server with me and I don't want to be bothered, I would just teleport down here, and, yeah, if need be. I used to, I believe, have another tech genie in here, and what I would do is, they know the general location, but a lot of my tribe mates don't know how to get to this area. So what I would do is I would put another generator in there, power it, and depower this when I would just want to be left alone. So that way people couldn't teleport down here. I don't think you can put this teleport on admin. No, you can only do the tribe ring settings, and I have admins. So even when I wouldn't want to be bothered by my admins, I would come down here and just be like, yeah, leave me the fuck alone, and I would depower that and just chill down here. Like I said, it's my little hidey hole. Damn, that's a shame that that tech base fucking decayed. If I had known, I would have been down here to take the shit from it. You can't raid every base you find on PvE. You gotta leave shit for other people. This is my little hidey hole base. Now let me see if it'll let me teleport to my newest base. Like I said, if it doesn't, I'll just pause the stream, and then when I get back in the server, I will. Because it's either going to lag me out here, or when I teleport back to my main base. Because we're going to talk some Arc 2 news after this. Survey says, yeah. Hell yeah. Holy shit, it's bright though. Fuck, I hate it when this happens. Hopefully, the brightness fucking dies, but that's what happens when you teleport from the fucking goddamn underwater cavern on Gen 2 to here. So, this is my newest project. I do plan on using this as a raising area too. There we go. Now it's all normal again. There was a base here. I did beheat as close to these deadies as I could. I'm not gonna lie, because I was gonna take these deadies. Again, not gonna lie. But the person they belonged to got back on, and it looks like they have been taking their shit. So there's not much of value anymore. Because they had a giant ass base here apparently. Yeah, the gas. They haven't been on in about a week, but I'm not gonna wait the 73 days for this shit. If I remember they're here in March or April, I'll come over and grab them. If not, then, you know, none of this shit's really worth it yet. Especially here on But I own this land. I did foundation this up here. But again, people have been known to be able to squeeze pillars and shit in weird spots. And then what I've seen other people do on other servers is build up. Not here. I do not own this spot. I own this. Is I'll see people build up here and shit. So I do own this. And then I own this all the way down to these beehies right here, which goes right past my foundations and my beehies down there. So, because I have seen some amazing fucking tech builds and shit up there on these little bridges. So I'm thinking about doing something up here, but I don't know yet. I just don't know yet. Do I have a tech bed in here yet? I don't think I do. Did I have a specific bed in here? Yes, I did. Right. That's cool. But this is completely powered. I just put these cryo freezers in here a couple of days ago and shit. I'll try to do daily ARC videos and shit like that. I don't know yet though. We'll see. So on to the news portion of this video. There are some rumors and stuff going around that I do want to discuss. I was going to teleport back to the main base, but I will crash. I promise you I will crash. So, first of all, this isn't a rumor. This has strictly been confirmed that Ragnarok is coming to Arc Switch. We don't know when. At least I don't think they have put a date on it. Let me check. Let me actually check their Twitter feed real quick. That ain't nothing important. So let's go to their community crunch, because I think that's where they announce Ragnarok coming to Switch. I know they introduced the 2 new dinos for Arc 2, but I'm not gonna... Yep, so early February. They haven't given an exact date for Ragnarok coming to Switch, but they are They have announced it that it is coming to Switch in early February, which I'm really surprised because it was not the first map, not the first free map, I should say, to be introduced for Ark on Xbox. That would, however, be the center, but I guess with the center not being too popular, they didn't want to just throw it on Switch first. So, Ragnarok coming to Switch in early February. So, this next thing I want to talk about is rumors and some things that I think they have pretty much confirmed, but don't want to come out and necessarily say yet. So, a lot of people, and I have called out somebody on YouTube for this because I don't like it when people say shit and don't have the proper information. I'm not gonna call out the person that I called out on YouTube, but basically I went into a video and dude was explaining how this was the last year of Ark, how there would be no more events, period, no, all of this other stuff. And I'm just like, that's not the case. This is not the last year for Ark. And as we've already seen, we've had 2 EVO events on back-to-back weekends where those are events. They're not colored events, but they are rated events. They are rate events. So for people to be going online and saying there are no more events, period, Ark is done, this is the last year, that is simply just not true. Ark 1, and I'm going to say this, and this is my opinion, I'm not getting this information from any sources, this is strictly an opinion, so, because I don't want to be put in the same boat as this person was. But Ark 1 has at least, in my opinion, a 2-year lifespan after Ark 2 comes out. And the reason I say that is because if Ark 2 is not successful and they do not make bank on the game, because in my opinion Ark 2 is going to be a complete failure of a game. It is not going to succeed, it is going to fail. That is my opinion. And Wildcard realizes this, I believe. That if Ark 2 does not succeed, and they do not make bank, and they do not make people happy with the way Ark 2 plays, they're going to have to fall back on something. And Ark 1 is their only other game that they can back up to. So, for example, if Ark 2 were to come out tomorrow, and then Wildcard goes, okay, we're shutting down Ark 2 servers not Ark 2 servers, Ark 1 servers immediately, and Ark 2 was a complete failure, they would have nothing to fall back on. They would have no game plan to fall back on. And they would be completely screwed, because no one would want to play Ark 2 if it fails. And from the rumors, and I'm saying this now, this is a rumor, from what I have been told, Ark 2 is going to play a lot like Dark Souls. It's going to have a Dark Souls combat system. And already that turns off a lot of people, because I am not a Dark Souls fan. I cannot focus on the way the combat system is and the way the AI fights. I understand that with Dark Souls you can memorize the movements of the AI, but I'm not good at that kind of stuff. So for Ark 2 to have a combat system like that right there would just instantly turn me off, because I won't personally want to play Ark 2 if that's the way they're going to do their combat system. And that right there will be enough for me within 10 minutes of Ark 2 to be like, okay, I don't like this, I'm going back to Ark 1. I have had so many people that I have met on Ark 1 tell me already that they will not move over to Ark 2 at all. No matter how good the game is, no matter how shit the game is, they're not interested in Ark 2. Because if they can't fix the Ark 1 servers, what makes people think that Arc 2 is going to be any different? Answer: it's not. So, Wildcard knows this, and Wildcard understands, I think, that if they want to make money post Arc 2's release, if it completely fails and tanks as a game, that they're going to need Arc 1. So, minimum, in my opinion, Arc 1 has at least a 2-year lifespan after Arc 2 comes out. So this whole nonsense of people telling you that Arc 1 is going to end this year, it's not. Might they shut down some of the servers? Maybe. Maybe. I'll give people that, maybe. But do I think it's going to be an immediate, oh, we need to start shutting down servers immediately when Arc 2 comes out? No, not going to happen. Because if enough people don't jump and stay on the Arc 2 bandwagon, then, you know, they're not going to shut down Arc 1 servers to force people to play Arc 2. Because then that's going to turn even more people off. And whatnot. So, that's my thoughts on that. So, they are doing, Wildcard is doing a couple of things. The first thing that they're doing, and the reason, and now comes into the second rumor that I want to discuss about. So, I'm starting to hear rumors now, and the more weeks that go by, the more people think that this is in fact going to happen, that Arc 2 is going to be pushed back again, and this time it's going to be pushed back to 2024. And the reason I'm saying that is because I read somewhere that Arc 2 was supposed to come out in February. That's not happening now. Now I'm being told that Xbox, and again, this is again from this video, and I called this person out on this, said that Xbox was pretty much guaranteeing Arc 2 to be released in June. I don't think that's going to happen either. And for me, for people to post in their videos that they are sure of when a game is going to come out, I never do that. I always hold room for errors. And I don't see Arc 2 coming out this year, and here's why. They're giving us 2 EVO events. And right now they have a community poll going for yet another new creature to be introduced in Arc. And a lot of people are speculating that with this creature we are going to get a new map. Now, do I think we need another new map? That's 50-50. If Arc 2 does in fact come out this year, then no, I don't think we need another new map on Arc 1. Because they don't need to focus on Arc 2 servers and a bunch of Arc 1 servers. And if they're planning on shutting down some of the Arc 1 servers, they don't need to release a new map that's going to take up servers. However, if they are buttering us up for another disappointing Arc 2 news, saying that they're going to push Arc 2 back to at least 2024 sometime, which I'm all for. I would much rather see a game company do the right thing and continue to push a game back and back and back. Look at how many times it's been done with Hogwarts Legacy. That game has been in development for, I think, 7-8 years now. And they have continued to push it back because the studio that's making that game understands that if they want to release the best product possible, you have to do the right thing and you have to push back the game. Otherwise, you get a clusterfuck that is Cyberpunk 2077. And I was hyped for that fucking game to come out. But I have not touched it since I have heard all of the complaints about the bugs and the failed promises. It's pretty much Anthem at this point. And I loved Anthem. Anthem was an amazing game. So, and this is now why I think that we will get more colored events in Arc 1, because if they push back Arc 2, as I've seen the Arc 1 community do many, many times, they will eat the devs of Wildcard alive, and Wildcard will cave and give us at least some kind of color event and rates for the major holidays: Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, maybe a summer event, shit like that. And if they release a new dino, how are you supposed to get colors without mutating them? You don't. Unless you get lucky and you get color mutations, you don't get a better chance to get colors than a Valentine's event or an Easter event or a Summer Bash event. So if they end up pushing Arc 2 back to 2024, I do suspect 2023 to be full of Arc 1 events. Evo events, Valentine's, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, some kind of Summer Bash, maybe a anniversary birthday bash event. We had a PAX event last year that was really cool, I think. And, for them to continue to make us happy, they have to give us something. A new map would mean new opportunities, maybe a couple of new creatures. The way I understand it, when Fjordur came out, there was only supposed to be 1 or 2 new creatures, but we ended up getting 4. Then we got the Carcharodontosaurus, which was supposed to be the last creature released. And now they have this community poll up for yet another new creature. So, they're getting ready to butter us up, guys. I'm not getting my hopes up for an Arc 2 release, and like I said, especially if the combat system's going to be similar to a Dark Souls combat system. I'm definitely not going to be intrigued in Arc 2. I am hearing that it's supposed to be free day 1 on Xbox Game Pass, so if that is the case, I will download it, I will play it for however long it takes me to get pissed off at how shitty the game may be, and go from there. There's been no gameplay videos, and they understand this, so, in the latest community crunch, they tried to make us happy by giving us information on 2 new dinos coming to Arc 2, which is the Stegosaurus, which we have in Arc 1. Its artwork looks fucking amazing. I do like the way the Stego looks. And the Brachiosaurus, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a bigger version of the Brontosaurus. It is in the same family, I do know that. But I do believe it's the bigger version of the Bronto. So there's that. We have seen in the trailer a feathery T-Rex type creature, which I have made my guess is probably going to be the Yudi of Arc 2. So, there's that. But we're not getting the information that we need to really expect a Arc 2 launch in 2023. I almost said 2022. I do think that they are going to push it back to 2024 sometime. And even then, I think it might be a summer/Christmas release of 2024. Because I believe when I'm like 95% sure when they pushed it back the first time, that they said a winter 2023 release, and that's just, we're not seeing the information come out that that's going to be the case. And that Arc 2 is going to come out 2023. I don't think it's going to happen. Let me see. Excitement, anticipation, rise. information and we get it, we decided to give you a peek behind the curtain and begin showcasing more Arc 2 tidbits regularly as we lead up to the first gameplay trailer. We hope you enjoy these appetizers and you can feel free to get your hands on the main course. So, they understand, I think, that they haven't released a gameplay trailer yet. And there's always, whenever there's a major gaming event like PAX or E3, I know we didn't have an E3 last year, so I can't really count E3. But anytime there's like an Xbox showcase or something, everyone's like, oh, this is going to be the time that we get Arc 2 gameplay. No Arc 2 gameplay. People get their hopes up, and they want to get upset because there's no gameplay trailers yet. And they've had, what? I think they pushed it back right after Easter is when they made the announcement that they were pushing back Arc 2 to 2023. So they've had coming up on almost a year to release some kind of gameplay trailer, but it's always just the regular ass trailer that they show us and shit. So I don't think Arc 2 is coming out this year, guys. I don't see it. I want to see it, but I don't see it. All of the signs are showing me that Arc 2 is going to get pushed back. And honestly, I am going to be the one that has the unpopular opinion here, and I'm going to say that I hope the game gets canceled altogether. Because I think they're better off just updating Arc 1 to Unreal... Oh, that's the other bit of news that we got. Apparently, we are getting an Unreal Engine 5 update to Arc 1. Which is, again, why I think that... And there could be a couple of reasons that I speculate that this could be the case. Before I go back onto the other subject. If I can remember what the other subject was. Is, I think they want to see how Arc 1 is going to run on Unreal Engine 5. Because I think they may be having issues getting Arc 2 to play the way they want on Unreal Engine 5. So if they beta test the Unreal Engine 5 engine with Arc 1, they can kind of get an understanding of what they may need to do to polish Arc 2 more. And I did watch a video the other day. I forget who it was by. If I can find him again, I will give him a shout out. He doesn't need the shout out, but I do want to... let me go into my history on YouTube real quick. Where is it? Is it not in my... It didn't save to my history. That is really, really weird. Let me see if it's... Oh, okay. Ross Clark, I think, is how you pronounce his name. I know there was him, and I watched his video. Ross Clark, or I can't pronounce it, Ross Clark. I'll just name him Clark. I'll try to leave his video in the description of this video, so y'all can go and watch his. But there was another one, I think his name was Syntech, but I can't find the video. But I did find one, and I think he does somewhat show what Arc 1 can look like on Unreal Engine 5. And I think he explains all of this. I'm not sure. But I think he is the one that made the point that Wildcard will want at least 1 year of Arc 1 on Unreal Engine 5 before releasing Arc 2. So that's another reason why I think that Arc 2 will definitely get pushed back. This is not the only video. Let me... Was it him? No, it wasn't him. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to find this video real quick. Let me see if I can. So it wasn't Syntac like I thought it was. Let me go to channels. Damn. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna have to do because I can't find his channel, but I know a video of his will pop up again. And what I will do is if it does, I will link his video later. I don't know why it's not. Hang on. Let me see if I put it in my favorites real quick. Not my favorites, but my watch later. Because I might have. Or at least I might have put. This is why I kind of like doing videos like this too. Okay, I didn't. Maybe this guy. Alright, well, I will try to find that second video later. I can't right now for whatever reason. Yeah, I can't find it. But they both explained that about the whole Unreal Engine 5 update that we'll be getting sooner or later, I think. I'm pretty much sure that is confirmed, that we are getting Unreal Engine 5 for Arc 1. So that's that. I think I have wasted enough people's time. We did a small tour of my Gen 2 server and everything. We will probably be live within an hour or two for more Monster Hunter Rise. We are gonna finish up the 1-star quest, get my wife promoted to HR2, and then start grinding HR2 monsters. That's gonna be fun. So stay tuned for that.